the two first people that gave birth, and all of us and everyone came from those two who had no father, no mother. So I ask you, what is more difficult for God? To create Jesus with only a mother, or to create Adam with no mother and father, and to create his mate Eve with no mother and father? What do you say? Of course, the first is more difficult. Two with no father and mother. The third with only a mother, that's easy. So Allah said to us in the Quran, when they ask you about Jesus, when they ask you the question about Jesus, how could that happen? Your answer should be, the likeness of Jesus is the likeness of Adam. He created them from dust, and then he said, be. And they were. Simple. That's our answer. As to the disciples of Jesus Christ, there were 12. And by the way, Paul was not one of them. Just so you know that. Paul was not one of the disciples. There was Peter. There was John of Zebedee. There was Simon. There was Thomas. There was Judas Iscariot. There was James. There was Joseph of Arimathea, the aristocrat. There was Jacob. There was Matthew. There was Stephen. There was Philip. And there was Bartholomew. Those were the 12. And by the way, not one of these 12 wrote any book in the New Testament. Now these are the ones that traveled with Jesus Christ from Nazareth. They walked with him. They slept with him. They ate with him. They listened to him. They prayed with him. They washed themselves as he told them how to wash, and they prayed to the master as he told them how to pray. He explained to them everything. He guided them. He was the rabbi to them. So if anyone knew the historical Jesus, who was it? It was the disciples who traveled with him from Nazareth, because he was known as that man from where? That man from where? That man from Nazareth. That's why his followers were called Nazarenes. They were not all from Nazareth, but they were called Nazarenes because he was called that man from Nazareth. As to his message, the message of Jesus Christ was a simple message. A simple message. He said to his people when they asked him, "Oh, Rabbi, teach us how to pray." He said, "I will teach you how to pray." And you Christians here, you recite along with me. You remember the Lord's Prayer. You didn't forget that. What did he say? He said, "Our Father who art in heaven." He didn't say, "My Father who I'm with in heaven." Hallowed be, praise be thy name. Not my name and our name, but thy name. Thy kingdom come. Not my kingdom come, but thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth where I am and you are, as it is in heaven where you are, only God. Give us this day our daily bread. That means me, my mother, and all the human beings. Give all of us this day our daily bread, and give us something to drink afterwards, because that goes along with bread. Jesus not asking for bread, and you and I are not going to ask for bread and don't drink water. So if Jesus and his mother said, give us this day our daily bread, that means they had to eat, they had to drink. And like you and I, when we eat and drink, the body uses a portion of it, and what the body doesn't use, we defecate and urinate. Can you imagine God defecating and urinating? Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. Now God ain't trespasses against nobody. As we forgive those that trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation. And deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Now that's the Lord's Prayer, isn't it? Is that the Lord's Prayer? Well, does that sound like God praying to himself, teaching his disciples how to pray to himself? A triune Trinity God? No, that's Jesus Christ, the man, the prophet, the son of Mary, that man from Nazareth, teaching his disciples, his companions, how to pray when they asked him. And when that lady wanted to be healed, and when Jesus Christ passed by that lady and she touched his garment and she said, good master, he pulled his garment from her hands angrily, and he said to her, O woman, why dost thou call me good? There's none good except the one that is in heaven. This is Jesus Christ, the son of Mary, that prophet, that messenger, that man from Nazareth. The message of Jesus Christ. Let us listen what Jesus said and what was said about Jesus. Those that witnessed Jesus, those that ate with Jesus, those that saw Jesus, those that sat with Jesus, those that received his blessing, those he laid his hands on, those that laid their eyes on him, those that surrounded him, walked with him, traveled with him. Let me tell you what they thought he was. Let's go to Matthew 21:11. And the multitude said, this is Jesus, the prophet of Nazareth of Galilee. Let's go to Matthew 21:46. But when they sought to lay hands on him, they feared the multitude, because they took him for a prophet. Let's go to John 4:19. The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. John 6:14. Then those men, when they had seen the miracle that Jesus did, they said, this is of truth that prophet that should come unto the world. John 7:40. Many of the people, therefore, when they heard this saying, that they said, of truth, this is a prophet of God. Luke 7:16. And there came a fear on all, and they glorified God, saying,